Good evening, and welcome to Karl Marx Does the Washing Up,
where we ponder ludicrous, metaphysical nonsense in the time it takes to make 5 Tesco's basic microwave meals.
which is around 21 minutes.
It is indeed.
I'm Shy.
And I'm Ilyas and Shy.
And today, actually, what I wanted to discuss with you is, we eat a lot together. It's pretty much all we do, actually. And you always pray to the food before you eat. Something I've noticed that you do, and I think it's widely accepted that people, a lot of people do pray before they eat, but I've never seen anyone actually pray to the food in the way that you do. And what's interesting is that you don't actually pray when we go out to drink. You don't pray to the drink. But when we eat, you always pray to the food.
Yeah.
It's something that I've never really asked you, actually.
I don't know, I do drink, if I'm having a cup of tea, I always pray for the tea. Tea's, for me, this very powerful, spiritual thing. It just feels like, especially if it's in a bowl and you hold it in your hands, for some reason it has this kind of
tea in a bowl?
Resonance,
You mean like a mug?
Well, yeah, but those Japanese kind of...
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
like a matcha bowl, it just holds in your hand. But I just feel like the act of just looking at it, I don't need to do this for some reason.
So maybe that's why I don't think that you're praying to, but you are praying, yeah.
But it's actually a lot easier for me to pray with the tea than with the bowl of food.
Yeah, so but with the bowl of food, you do make the hand actions. You do...
Well, yeah, when you say to the food, I think for me it's quite important that I pay attention to the specific food, not just food in general, and just kind of try and become conscious of all the energy and, I don't know, manpower that's gone into creating this. And so much has gone. It's just insane. We just scoff down a bowl of whatever. And the amount of time that's gone into harvesting each individual thing, what's gone into processing the wheat, and also cooking the different things, reconstituting it, and that's just from a human level. Then there's all the work that has gone from to do with the sky, the sun, the soil, all the energy that's put into the soil, all the animals that help create the soil. There's just an immense amount of stuff. And when we go out, my prayer is pretty nonchalant and
oh really?
But
so
when I'm by myself at home, I try to become a lot more conscious of the things, and I just feel like it's...
So does that mean your food goes cold because you're taking so long to become aware?
Dude, if you pray well, it heats the food up.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
You are warmed by spirituality.
Yeah. I like it. So that's interesting. So if you're so aware of all these things in the food, does that mean that you rarely waste food? Does that mean you end up finishing all of your food?
Yeah, I mean I try to, but that's mostly because I'm this is nonsense. Why would you not eat?
Yeah. That's true.
But I think I don't know. You say that it's widely accepted. I don't think it is. It's because a lot of people have
accepted to pray before food.
Yeah, but what it's kind of gone out the window. I don't see most people don't do this. And it's seen somewhat absurd
that's true.
To pray. To go to a restaurant, you don't see many people praying to the food or saying grace. And I think this is really sad that we've just become maybe somewhat entitled or whatever, that it's seen, a lot of people have brought this up to me. When we go out and I do this movement, it's what are you doing? And everybody's kind of interested in this. And for me, it's just, it should be so basic. Right?
That's true.
Why can't we just say thank you?
So that's really fascinating, actually, that people don't pray before they eat.
Yeah, I think this is much more interesting than the fact that we do. Well,
that's really fascinating, actually. But is that because, if we saw somebody praying or saying grace before they eat in a McDonald's or something, would we laugh at them? Would we be what? Would society laugh at them? I don't think we would laugh at them, but would society laugh at them?
Yeah, but I think that's so strange. That's so horrible that we've got to a place where the society laughs at gratitude.
Yeah.
That's, for me, nuts. And even, when I do it, I have a somewhat consciousness that I'm doing something a little bit absurd or obscure within the context of the people around me or the things. Most people don't.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's one of the first things I picked up about you, but I never thought it was anything to question you on. Actually, it just seemed like it was part of your fabric. It just seemed like something that you did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I consciously built it into.
Yeah, because it does seem at times that you're doing it unconsciously.
Yeah, and sometimes I do. Normally, I'm not really necessarily aware that I'm doing. Well, I'm aware that I'm doing it. I'm not aware that I'm doing it around people and that people are like perceiving it.
Yeah.
But once I do it, I have the consciousness that people are looking at me like when I come back into the world.
Yeah. And does that mean that you end up doing it quicker than you would normally? Like that's what you're
when
saying,
we go out, I do it a lot quicker than I just more thank you for the food in general. I don't start thinking about the farmers.
Oh, really? But when you're doing it by yourself,
I actually
you're
try
like,
to imagine the farmer and see him like digging.
No way.
The
That's insane to me.
and like picking the rice off the grain and stuff.
That's insane to me.
Okay, that's maybe a little
that's
bit
like
insane.
too far. I really like that, but that's like taking it a little bit. Yeah.
It also depends how complex the dish is. If it's quite a simple dish, that I can to some degree imagine the process. Normally, I just like try and trace the ingredients as they, like where they. So if it's got peas, then I think about how the pea lives in the pod and how the pod grows from the plant, and then how the pea is extracted.
So this is really beautiful, and I think it's maybe something that people wish that they did, but people rarely do. Like, and I like how committed you are to this. You do this before, like, we've eaten out a lot, and you do it every meal, right?
Yeah, but I also feel like I really don't do it enough and to an intense enough degree, or like really, I don't feel like I really embody that level of gratitude that I should for the dish, for whatever I'm eating. And I still take for granted a lot, like what is given to me, and I do expect to eat on some level.
Yeah,
and I
that's
think,
true.
Like, or be able to. We're very financially kind of
secure in that regard, right?
Yeah, I'm privileged like that. We can be eating every day.
Yeah,
and
multiple times. Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah. We do a lot of eating, man.
Yeah,
and it's
us especially. We eat a lot of food. Yeah,
yeah. I guess maybe it has, because I used to be a chef. I used to spend a lot of time like looking at ingredients, thinking about ingredients, understanding where
so that means you've got like a basis, right? Like you do have some understanding where these ingredients have come from.
Yeah, and I understand like the level of work that goes into something. So
and preparing a dish, right?
And that's just preparing. That's the easiest part of the process.
Not
right?
like sourcing the ingredient or like growing it, cultivating it.
Dude, the sun has to do a lot of work.
Yeah, that's true.
Soil, rain, all of this stuff. And like, okay, let's just take a bowl of rice, right?
Yeah.
It's taken so long, like it's a whole year of like growing and then harvesting and everything just to get that bowl of rice, and you eat it like that, but it's actually taken, more than a year to come into its being. And we're like, this is very bland. It's just rice.
Yeah.
Where's the curry?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Where's the additional, where's the liquid? Yeah, but okay, so that's there's two things, like, so I just want to take this to a ridiculous level,
of course,
initially. So I haven't actually seen you snack too much, but if you bought a chocolate bar, would you pray before eating the chocolate bar?
Yeah, I try to. But I forget sometimes, and I get a bit like, I'm just on the go eating. Yeah.
And if I've got like a bag of peanuts and I give you a peanut, will you pray before eating that peanut? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you'd like to think that you would. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I miss it, but I also do it, and sometimes. But even like, if we get if we get something which is like lots of different dishes, I don't know, maybe, but like, or like dim sum or something, I'll pray to each thing. I'll pray for every time I have a bite of something. Before I bite one dish, I'll pray for that.
Yeah.
I probably won't.
But I've seen that in action. Yeah.
Right.
Praying every bite is nuts.
Yeah.
But praying like before.
But I think it also should be done. Like if you can like embody, it's really hard to navigate like. Be in this state of gratitude while eating and also be present with other people.
Yeah, because there's too much other conversation, isn't there? There's too much stimuli.
Which is strange, because I think this idea of grace is normally seen as such a communal thing.
Yeah.
So when we go to, I feel like most people don't say grace when you go to dinner. When you think about grace, people think about being
family,
at home,
right? With
the family around the table.
Yeah.
But maybe also because we, like growing up, it's as if like the parents make you say grace. Yeah. And we're just like, well, fuck this nonsense.
So what's interesting is that you've never once been like, Shy, let's just take a moment and be grateful for this food. Like you don't embrace it as a communal thing. You're like very content in praying and then doing it yourself.
Yeah, because I'm like, this isn't everybody's practice. Not everybody wants to pray to the food. Not everybody believes in a God. Yeah. Not everybody, I'm not going to impose my prayer on somebody else.
Yeah.
But I think maybe with you, it would be kind of maybe nicer if we
did this together. Yeah. Maybe we should. But actually, and second of all,
we should pray before every podcast.
But we do. Yeah. In a way.
Yeah.
Isn't the intro just a prayer? Yeah, the intro is just a prayer. But also So that's an interesting point about prayer being imposed on others. Like a lot of prayer is imposed on others.
But yeah, I think, and a lot of the issues that people have with religion is that they feel that they're being controlled
imposed.
or told to do something,
Yeah.
or told what reality is and who they're meant to abide by. And I don't know, I don't really see like...
But so if we look at a prayer as a way of expressing gratitude, and so expressing gratitude for the food, to the food, does that mean you pray, before watching TV? Like, do you show gratitude towards like the people that have made this TV show? Or do you pray before, do you think people pray after listening to our podcast to say, like, to show gratitude towards Ilyas and Shy?
No, well, definitely the podcast.
Yeah.
But I think, I think that's a really good idea because it's something that I don't do and I don't think many people do.
Yeah.
I think some religions do have these sort of, like, I think Judaism has like a lot of prayers for a lot of different acts in your day.
Yeah.
Loads of different rituals for just imbuing a God consciousness within all the actions that you do.
Yeah.
And I think that decentralization of the self is really like powerful to be able to say that, that everything that is occurring in this moment, whatever it may be, it's not by my own doing. It's been graced upon me.
Yeah.
Right? And I think having a conscious, I just really think
that's a really beautiful space to inhabit, though, because a lot of times we think everything is a result of our actions.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's exactly like you said on a TV show, just what I said all about rice and stuff.
Yeah.
The same things happen. The amount of
energy.
production.
Yeah.
And we go to events and things like art gallery. Like when you're putting on an event, it's hard work and you're doing stuff. But then you just go to an event so nonchalantly and just like turn up, whatever.
Yeah, people are very critical, right? Yeah. Or even like a wedding or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So what you're really saying is that you're really inhabiting this space of gratitude. Or do you think you're only really inhabiting it that with regards to food?
Well, try to do it as much as possible. But, like I'll pray in the morning.
Yeah. Do you pray every morning?
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about you here. This is
really? Wait, do you not? So do you never pray before food, or do you pray in the morning? Or?
So I do. I pray to show thanks. Like I do pray to so I'm Hindu, but I pray in to all of the gods. But I'll just say thank you.
Yeah, but saying thank you to all the gods is far more than what I do.
Yeah,
right?
Okay. I don't say thank you to all of the gods. That would take ages. I'll just usually pick one god and be like, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So which god do you choose?
Hey, wait, that's really...
Wait, do you choose a different god every day?
Yeah, that's just monotheism. What are we doing? No. Usually I'll pick Krishna or Hanuman or Ram or whichever one I'm feeling most in connection with in that space, then I will say thank you.
But you feel connected to different gods at different moments?
Yeah.
Depending on the energetic force or whatever.
I don't know if it's too much to do with energetic force or maybe if it's that god's birthday or, or my mum sends me pictures every day of a Hindu god. It'd be good morning with a different Hindu god.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so whichever one's on that picture, I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll pray to that one today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's also that's an amazing decentralization of the self because it's you're not even controlling your prayer. You're being told it's like a dynamic prayer, but you are not in control of what you're praying to.
No,
your mum is.
Yeah, my mum isn't our mum always. Mum's in everything, right? Yeah. But I think we pray in different ways. It's nice that we both show gratitude, but I'm very much just thank you for everything that's happening in my life. I don't know if that's how other people pray.
But I think that's what I do in the morning mostly.
Really?
I think gratitude is I think there's lots of different elements to prayer, but I do think that really gratitude is the most important. And I just think that you can live a much happier life and a much more when you're grateful for something, you pay attention to it.
Yeah,
and you give you give reverence for it. So it's even if it's the food and you're why do you pray to the food? It's because I'm not really praying to the food, but I'm also not praying to the food. It's food within the context of God, right?
Yeah.
So it's that I don't know, it's really, because then you pay attention to the food. It actually makes the food taste better.
Yeah, because you've got an awareness of what it is in there, right?
Yeah.
And how much energy's gone into it and whatever.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, I do think so. I think gratitude is the most powerful element of prayer.
And what are the other elements of prayer?
Well, so I think one is to do with... so actually, I think one thing that I find really interesting... We've already started off in this way, but prayer always has this very spiritual notion.
Yeah.
You have to believe in a deity or something. And I think this is why we've lost a lot of prayer and prayer around food, is because we're moving generally to more